Okay. Hi, my name is Lily Medina, and this is for my Communications 101 class. Imagine you're walking into the grocery store and your body starts shaking and your heart rate starts elevating, your hands are sweaty, and you walk up to the cashier and you forget completely what you were going to say. Or imagine you're about to walk into an English test and you get to your desk and you put your pencil to the paper and you forget what you were going to write and your whole mind goes blank. This can be classified as anxiety. Anxiety occurs in millions of people, all genders, all races, in teens, adults, and even kids. Anxiety can be understood by defining what it is, identifying its triggers, and exploring different kinds of coping strategies and mechanisms. I have experienced anxiety personally, and I've also gone to therapy for it and learned coping strategies and different mechanisms in order to manage it, and I've also helped other people through what I learned and help them figure out their own issues as well. First, we'll go over what anxiety is, and then we'll go over what causes and triggers it, and lastly, we'll talk about some kinds of strategies or different mechanisms that we can use in order to manage it and better take care of it. Simply put, anxiety is worry or fear. It affects people psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. According to the American Psychological Association, anxiety is defined as an emotion characterized by feelings of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes like increased blood pressure. Anxiety can either be super small or super big depending on the situation and the person. Anxiety is a general feeling, but it becomes a disorder when it starts to affect your quality of life or the tasks that you do every day, such as going to the grocery store, having conversations, going to work, etc. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, there are three main kinds of anxiety disorders. There's generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and social anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder is just general anxiety. It's constant worry about nothing really in specific, but just overthinking, stress. Social anxiety is the fear of judgment in social situations or fear of social situations in general. This is the kind of anxiety that I have. So it's fear of meeting new people or going into situations that are uncomfortable or that I've never experienced before. Panic disorder is still an anxiety disorder, but it's just an anxiety disorder where panic attacks occur as well. There are physical and emotional symptoms of anxiety. Some physical symptoms include sweating, dizziness, shakiness. Some emotional symptoms are fear, overthinking, stress, even lack of sleep. Now that we know kind of what the basis of anxiety is and how it's defined, we can look at what causes it or what triggers it. Anxiety can be triggered by internal things and also external things. The first trigger that we'll talk about is biologically or genetically. In an article titled Genetics of Anxiety and Trauma-Related Disorders, we are informed that a variety of studies have demonstrated that 30 to 40% of anxiety risk is genetic and can be inheritable. This means that many people who experience anxiety might have just inherited it and don't just have it. There's also environmental triggers such as tests, work, relationships, home life, and even major life changes or trauma such as a family member passing away or even divorce. There's also lifestyle triggers such as lack of sleep, unhealthy eating habits, increased screen time, and also high caffeine intake. Now that we kind of know what some triggers are, we can talk about ways to help it and ways that we can manage our anxiety. There are three main coping strategies that I'm going to talk about. The first is breathing. It's called the 4-7-8 method. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and then breathe out for 8 seconds. It helps settle the nervous system and even relax your heart rate. According to a study done by Stanford Medicine, exhalation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows down heart rate and has an overall soothing effect on the body. Grounding is the second one we'll talk about. You choose 5 things to see, 4 things to feel, 3 things to hear, 2 things to smell, and 1 thing to taste. It helps bring your body back into the present moment and focus on everything external rather than your internal thoughts and overthinking. One of my favorite things that I learned was when my science teacher a couple years ago told me that for the taste option, you can choose a lemon because it's sour and it helps bring your body back into the present moment rather than overthinking in your head. The last kind of coping strategy we can use is exercise. Exercise helps release endorphins, which is the feel-good hormone. Now that we've kind of gone over what anxiety is and what causes it, and also how we can help and manage it, we can understand anxiety better, and we can learn how to deal with it better in ourselves and also with other people. Now we can use our coping strategies that we've learned to help support other people in our life who may have anxiety, or even ourselves when we have anxiety.